Yo, Wagwan. Today is Monday, 20th of February 2023. And I think this is my first video for 2023, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, without further ado, I wanted to talk about money. I love talking about money. I often talk about money, not because I am particularly qualified to talk about money. Excuse me, I'm just recovering from a cough. But anyways, a thought just occurred to me the other day. Yeah, I'm going to build up to the money part because it's like a coincidence. Anyway, the world as we know it today, except for a couple of nations or states or whatever you want to call them, basically runs on a democratic system. Yeah, like the world has been, the democracy has been seen as, you know, like the most viable system where people vote and decide who they want to lead them, and if we want to take democracy for exactly what it is or what it's defined to be, it's supposed to be the people, you know, the people, the masses, or, you know, the lot. It's supposed to be the lot that's that makes decisions that affect, you know, society, that affects themselves. That's what democracy is all about. Yeah, like the word itself translates from whatever Greek or whatever fucking language it comes from to English. In fact, the translation of the word is people's rule. Yeah, demos kritas or whatever. Yeah, that's the system that prevails in the world, and many nations want to adopt it. Many nations revere it. The most successful nations, if you were in the world, work on this democratic system. Which brings me to the money part. And like I always say, I don't speak of these things because I'm very qualified to speak about them, or I know, you know, I just speak of these things from the knowledge that I acquire from, you know, reading books and the likes. We are living in a world where democracy is the way to go, yeah, and everyone wants democracy. But at the same time, we are living in a world where all the world economies, even those that are perceived as democratically successful, use a fiat monetary system. Okay, I chuckle because I understand what a fiat monetary system is and how it is rather, no, if not even rather, it's obviously contradictory to democracy. Yeah, so this led me to start asking a bunch of questions like, how can we say the world is democratic? Okay, maybe not the world. How can we say the United States, okay, the perceivably, what's the word? I don't know, perceivably most successful democratic state in the world, or Australia, or France or fucking wherever. Like, these are, the United States is the epitome. Yeah, it's the prime example of a working democracy, if you will. But the United States is at the very top of this fiat monetary system. So how is it democratic? Why do I ask this question? What to understand where I'm coming from here is you have to know what a fiat monetary system means. If you look up the word fiat in the dictionary, it says something along the lines of decree or, you know, like force. What fiat money basically means, I think I've covered this in a couple of videos prior. The fiat monetary system is a system where the money we use, we only use it due to government decree. People did not choose this money. This money was produced and continues to be produced by governments. That's fiat money, the money that we know today, the money that we use everywhere in the world today. The United States American dollar included is a fiat money, a money that is only used via government decree. So this poses a question. Doesn't that mean there is no real democracy? Because if the money, arguably the most important tool in society, if the money, or the most important tool in society, is by government decree, does that make that society a democracy? Doesn't that mean if the money that we use is by decree, we are being forced, that means we have no say in what kind of money we are to use as society? We only use the money that we use virtually by force, by government force, because the government says we have to. Isn't that like a direct opposition to the whole facet of democracy? So that concludes, or it's rather plausible to conclude that there is no real democracy in the world. But what do I know? I'm just a fool from the ghetto.